So the Italian Grand Prix's future was under threat quite recently, but a new contract extension was signed to keep the event on the Formula 1 calendar until 2031 at the very least. Of course, this event has taken place pretty much exclusively at the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, aka just Monza, ever since its inception all the way back in the 1920s. I know there's been the odd race here and there at Imola over the years, but the Italian Grand Prix is Monza. Monza is the Italian Grand Prix, and Formula 1 is not really a complete calendar without the Italian Grand Prix, in my opinion. It just has to be on there. But despite the new contract, despite the hope and security that we thought we had, apparently there has been some more doubt that has been thrown over the event that is kind of marring it. But let's have a look at this, guys. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com. Can't wait to read about this. Another reason why Formula 1, one of its cornerstone historic events, might be under threat in the future. Another dark cloud has moved over the fabled Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Just 2 months ago, following a long period of uncertainty, F1 announced that it had agreed a contract extension to guarantee the sport stays at the iconic circuit through to 2031. The recent upgrades to the circuit and infrastructure and the planned investment show a strong commitment to the long-term future of Formula 1 in Italy, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali said at the time. In the official statement, the first person Domenicali thanked for pushing the deal across the line was Angelo Damiani, the president of the Automobile Club d'Italia, who are, of course, the people who put on that event and own the Formula 1 circuit of Monza. If you want to hear more about that, check out my Who Owns the Formula 1 Circuit video I did the other week. In the official statement, just weeks before the new Italian Grand Prix deal, Damiani was re-elected for a 4th consecutive term. However, his place at the top of ACI is currently endangered. Italian reports reveal that an emergency decree is calling for term limits for all Italian public sports bodies. If enacted, the 82-year-old will be pushed out, endangering the next steps in Monza's reconstruction plan, which is critical to the terms of the new F1 contract. In reaction, Domenicali has written a letter to Italians Giorgia Meloni-led government and also addressed several relevant federal ministers. The letter reportedly makes it clear that F1's governing body, the FIA, shares the concerns with the measure potentially also affecting the race in Imola and the World Rally stage in Sardinia. FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem is also understood to have also personally written to Prime Minister Meloni. So yeah, I get what he's saying. So basically, because this person's coming for a 4th consecutive term, I'm guessing they're wanting to limit it to 3 or maybe 2 consecutive terms. I'm not sure what that actual decree is going to be in terms of that. Obviously, F1 is wanting some sort of exemption, really, for maybe just for this person, and after that, they will end up doing 2 terms at an absolute maximum. Yeah, I mean, obviously, these measures have been put in place in terms of improving the circuit at Monza. They're improving the pit building, they're putting a new fan zone in, just making it a lot nicer of a circuit and a lot better fan experience to put it more on par with a lot of the other circuits on the calendar. Because I've heard from people who have been to Monza that have said, yes, Italy is beautiful. Yes, that is a beautiful part of the world. But from an organisational point of view, from a fan experience point of view, Monza these days is severely lacking. That's just what I've heard. I've never been. I've never had the pleasure. I would love to go. I would absolutely love to go to Monza. But probably top of my list, to be fair, are the circuits I haven't been to, I would say, without a doubt. Been to Silverstone, been to Spa, been to Monaco, not for the race, but still been to Monaco. So, you know, I think Monza really is the 4th and final one of that kind of, that cornerstone, that diamond formation of Formula 1's classic tracks. So yeah, it could potentially scupper that. I mean, basically, F1 got an extension until 26, I think, or 27, based on the improvements that have already happened. And after that, to get to 2031, there have to be more improvements made to Monza. Otherwise, that prerequisite effectively has not been upheld from the circuit. So Formula 1 could cancel the deal, which would be a disaster. We've had enough bad news recently when it comes to races. You know, Spa going on a rotation in the future. We don't want Monza to go the same way. So it doesn't mean that if the president of the Automobile Club of Italy is deposed, if he leaves, that this is not going to happen. It's not. It was these things that were going to happen were down to him and his agreements that he's made, and it would just mean that someone else has to get them through. And I don't understand Italian politics. I don't understand the Italian politics of the Italian Automobile Club. I'm not in with those guys, I'm afraid, despite what you guys may think. But you know, there's no reason why they can't do it, but it's just a stumbling block and it's a potential hurdle, because from the little I do know about Italian politics, it can be cumbersome, shall we say, to get things done in Italy. Look at Italian football club stadiums. They're just never built. Rome was not built in a day, but AS Roma's new stadium will never be built because of bureaucracy in Italy, basically. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, so it's potentially a problem. It's not going to affect the Italian Grand Prix for the next few years, at the very least, even if it does happen. But that run to 2031 could be scuppered. But what do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, for much more F1 news and opinion pieces just like this, keep it tuned here to the F1Chronicle.com. See you very soon, guys. Have a good one.